Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we are here in Orlando, and you can see it's a Saturday morning. We've got a lot of bicyclers coming down. Great place to pedal if you like to ride. But we're going to take a look at a house that's got a crawl space problem, and I'm going to show you that estimate, kind of let you see what we find. A good project for the do-it-yourselfer. Take a look. Okay, so we're down in a crawl space here in Orlando, and they've got a humidity problem up above. And you can see what's going on here. There's tons of water sitting on the plastic and the soil, and it's pretty much all around the piers inside the crawl space room. So, real typical, what we need to do is to put in a footer tile, and if you notice, you can see the low spot is actually back in that corner over there. It's higher here, water's running down and around. Difficult install because it's very tight in here. You've seen some of our other ones. This is a tough install. There's not much room to dig or work. Let's go over there and take a look. Okay, so you can see the soil, and you can see how wet it is. See how it clumps up? It's very moist, very wet. Some places are holding water, other places are not. But what we need to do is to excavate along the footer wall. I can see there's water over in that corner. We put in a French drain. We call it a footer pipe because it sits along the footer, and that leads around to wherever we put the sump pump, which is a big basin. It collects the water, the pump lifts it up, and then we drill right through the wall and we send it outside. And of course, then we need to send it someplace once it goes outside. But let's deal with the crawl space first. Let's crawl on over here and look for a good place to put the pump. Looks like back by the opening is really the best place. So let's go ahead and write up an estimate. So here's an interesting find. You can see the holes in the block. And I'm not sure what floor is above us, but can you see how that water has been pulling the soil down? See the little mound? We see another one over here. The little holes you see in the block is really for termites, and that's where they treat the termites. Although it could be that that's where they're relieving the water that's filling up in the block, and that comes inside. They come all the way around. But let's go ahead and keep crawling. This is really muddy down here. Difficult excavation, guys. You can see the piers, they're all holding water, and a lot of it. You can see the crack right here. Right now it's quite dry, but when you see these types of cracks form in your crawl space, that tells you that there's a lot of movement in the soil, and that water is underground and of course rising up, coming into the joist. And you can see here on the joist itself, this is not mold, but it's moisture that's causing this problem. It's getting all over it. And I'll bet you in this room above us is the worst moisture reading. Real typical problem, something that you guys could do yourselves. It's not a difficult installation. Once you're down here, you can easily dig. It's just moving around, moving your materials, all the gravel, things like that. So usually people pay somebody else to do it. So really, there's water on top of the plastic, and there's also water down below. You can see this water right here. Excuse me, when you crawl through that, of course, you find it because you get wet. But that tells me that there's a lot of movement of soil and water here. It's coming up underneath. And of course, this is not a encapsulated crawl space. They do have a nice moisture barrier over part of the floor. And what's interesting is where we are here is actually higher than the corners. And that means there's a lot of water in the soil if you find it here and you don't find it over there. A lot of water underground, and it's just sitting all along these piers. So again, what we need to do is to put the footer tile, and I can see the efflorescence on that wall down there, and you can see it as well. That's the white powdery substance. That tells me that that block is full of water back there. You can see the sewer line comes either out or through right there. Must be an addition. Let's go outside and take a look. So out here on this side of the house, you can see the moss how moist and just stays really wet here. And I can see where it floods. Water definitely comes in, you know, to the crawl space. We're also sitting on a lake and not much higher than the water level in the lake. Here along the back of the house, you can see a lot of moisture again, a lot of movement of block. Pretty normal. And again on this side, sidewalks tilting, bringing water in. Two ways to approach it. One would be to do the inside, and of course the other is to come out here on the outside. What I'm looking for here is where the AC condensation line discharges. Let's see where that is, which I don't see. So it probably just goes underground right in this area. This is slab garage, and you can see the drip line because there's no gutters. See that white spot? All that water drops off and tries to run back out to the lake, but it's low right here, so it pulls up and runs back into the crawl space. Pretty normal stuff. Driveway tilts back this direction as well. So a great project for the do-it-yourselfer if you want to try to tackle it. Let me make up an estimate and I will show you the drawing of what we propose and go from there. So if you have any questions or you need some help with a project, whether it be project planning or materials, how to do it the right way, you can always use our service sign up. Sign up online and we'll put you in the schedule. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.